I've been giving this a lot of thought. How to contextualize Yom HaShoah in the aftermath of October 7th. Yom HaShoah is Jewish memorial for the Holocaust Day. 27th of Nisan was the date that was chosen by the Israeli Knesset to mark a day in which we mourn the horrific events of the Holocaust, in which 6 million of our brethren, fathers, mothers, grandparents, children, brothers, sisters, were murdered by the Nazis and their supporters. And after the war, there was a call which said, never again. It was a call and a promise. And then we had October 7th. And we saw hordes of genocidal maniacs walking in and driving into kibbutzim, a music festival, butchering, murdering, defiling in the most horrific scenes, and broadcast to the world to see on Telegram. On one of my trips to Poland, I was struck by Treblinka. In order to get to Treblinka, the death camp in which over 900,000 Jews were murdered, many from Warsaw, you drive from Warsaw. It's about a 2-hour drive. And at some point in the train track, there is a siding which leads to a forest. And in the middle of the forest, in the middle of nowhere, is where they set up Treblinka. They hid what they were doing. October 7th was broadcast. Personally, I haven't seen that video that was put out by Israel's foreign ministry to the journalists. And I don't believe I need to watch that, or I want to watch that. But anyone who's seen it is changed by the horrors of that event. So we have, in 2024, the broadcasting of a pogrom in real time, which the Nazis themselves, and that shakes me and should shake you to the core. But what about the promise of never again? We said it every year, never again. What does that term actually mean? Never again does not mean that there will never be another attack against Jews and a community. And God forbid there should never ever be another pogrom. But if there is, and as October 7th showed, there was nothing really unique about October 7th. Hordes of crazies butchering and murdering Jews, that's been our story for 2,000 years. Whether it was in the Rhinelands during the Crusades, whether it was the Cossacks in 1648-49, whether it was the Fahud in Baghdad in 1940, or the events in Morocco. But there's one difference between that October 7th and all the others. And that is October 8th. On October 7th, they murdered 1,200 Jews. And when I was at the Kotel and I looked behind me at the back, there's a memorial with 1,200 Yortzeit candles and the names of every single person that was murdered on that day. But October 8th, there was none. Why? Because we responded. Through the IDF, we responded. Never again means Dam Yehudi eino hefker. The blood of a Jew is no longer cheap. We will get you, we will find you, and we will deal with you. You cannot get away with murdering Jews anymore. And so in Yom HaShoah, we say the words never again. We look and study the stories of the Holocaust and the events of the Holocaust and the horrors of the Holocaust. So we understand the depravity of humanity. I always believed that after Auschwitz, the dragon of antisemitism would finally have been slayed in the fires of those crematoria. But alas, I was mistaken. October 7th showed us that the hatred of the Jews still exists. And post-October 7th, the venom of antisemitism throughout the world, and now on college campuses, is there for everyone to see. But as we know from the Holocaust, it starts with the Jews but never ends with the Jews. And if you turn around and say, it's nothing to do with me, it's only to do with the Jews, it's only about Israel, I'm safe, you're not safe. Just listen to what their enemies are saying on the streets. They call for the death of Israel, but they also call for the death of America, the death of Europe, the death of the UK. They burn the flags, they replace the flags. Israel stands as the bulwark. It is the symbol of everything that is good and successful within the Western world. What we've built there, how we've incorporated so many from all over the world to build a truly multicultural and successful society, is to look our enemies. So on this Yom HaShoah, let us remember two things. Number one, never again. Never again will Jewish blood be spilt freely without response. And number two, let's always be wary of what our enemies are saying. We learned this before the Holocaust by the words of the Nazis and their leadership about what they wanted to do, their final solution. And those who did not listen to those words suffered a horrific fate. Let's not be so innocent and naive when it comes to hearing what is being said on the streets. It should shock everyone to their core. Let's stand up together. Let's brace this and let's defeat this latest incarnation of anti-Jewish hatred. Because if we don't do this together, we have history to show us what comes next. Yom HaShoah, post-October 7th, is just as important and as meaningful as every Yom HaShoah before. Never again is now. And let us stand up as a society and as a community to ensure that never again means never again.
Hi, this is Rabbi Lewin. If you've enjoyed the content of the sermons and the ideas that have been expressed in the YouTube video, please hit that first subscription button and notification bell and share the videos with friends. We'd love to grow the channel and love to engage with you. Please share your comments in the section below. I'd love to hear from you. Have an amazing day.